Hello everyone, I am back with a new video for you guys. I decided to do a very minimal soft makeup look for you guys. It's nothing too drastic, it's just very soft and natural, and it looks like you have something less on. It doesn't look like you have a lot of product on your face, which is what I like about this look. So if you want to continue and learn what products I've used and what I've done to achieve this look, then keep watching and let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying a moisturizer to my skin, all over my skin. So I'm just going to take the Flexione Hypoallergenic Moisturizer. It's suitable for all skin types. So I'm just going to use that. I'm going to take a pump. Sorry for my hands, by the way, my mehndi is sort of coming off now. Hence, it's at the ugly stage of removal. I'm just going to blend this in all over my face. And then I'm going to let it sit for a while so that it just sort of sinks into my skin a little. I'm going to be using a foundation, using a very lightweight foundation, so nothing that gives full coverage but nothing that cakes it up as well. I have two foundations that work best for me. One is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the Dewy Smooth. This is great for a dewy sort of a look, and the other, the high-end one, is the Mercier Candleglow Soft Luminous foundation. They're both light coverage. They still maintain that glow on your face, you know, and they add that dewy effect. So I'm just going to be using, I think I'm going to be going for the Mercier, and I'm going to build it up in the shade Golden. So that's my shade. And do not forget your neck. Your neck needs to be the same color. Bounce that all over my face. So now you need to remember that you're going for a very light coverage. So you need to sort of blend in your foundation very nicely and take your time and make sure it's not too cakey. And now, as you can see, it did sort of flatten my skin tone, but there's still some areas peeking through, so I'm just going to add that coverage just to that area. And then again, I'm going to take this and just going to bounce it very lightly. Like, I'm just going to dab the foundation very lightly on this area. So I'm not going for a very full coverage sort of a look. Has sort of given me a sort of a flat finish. Now there are just some areas that are peeking through from under this foundation, so I'm going to be using a concealer to hide those, but the rest I'm going to just sort of let it look minimal and natural. I like to use my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW25, and I'm just going to use that under my eyes and just a little where I have some pigmentation showing. So I'm going to be using just a Real Techniques fluffy brush. So this is the Deluxe Crease brush, but I really like it for concealing these days. So I'm just going to go ahead with that. I'm going to put some on here. It's going to focus the concealer where it's needed. So I'm not going too much, I'm not using too much product because I don't want it to show that I'm wearing so much stuff. So I'm going to just apply the concealer there, wherever I feel is necessary, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. And then go ahead and just focus on the areas that I feel need a little bit of more concealing. So for example, around my mouth, I tend to get a little pigmentation, so I'm just going to hide that. So I do have some pimples and blemishes peeking through, but I don't like to cover it when I'm going for a more of a soft minimal look because I want them to peek through. I like how it looks natural, because if I cover it, I know it's going to look very cakey, it's going to look very full coverage, and that's not what we're going for in this look. I like to take a bit of concealer on a concealer brush, like a flat concealer brush, and I just like to outline my brows a little. It looks like you've made your brows when you actually haven't. So just so my under eyes look a little brighter and a little fresher, what I like to do is I like to take a lighter shade of concealer. This is the Maybelline Age Divine in the shade Light. I'm just going to apply that on under my eyes. And just focus this product right where I feel my bags are peeking through from. So Once I have that done, I just like to apply a little on my nose over here, a little bit over here, just in this area. Now once that's done, I'm going to set my under eyes. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild contouring palette. I'm pretty sure if you guys watch me in my videos, you know that this is my favorite. So I'm going to be using just a small setting brush. This is a Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm going to use a lighter shade in this to set my eyes. The rest of the face, I'm just going to use my BenNye's powder. BenNye's luxury powder in Cameo. I'm just going to take a little on a big fluffy brush. So I'm just going to take a very small amount just to set my face so it doesn't budge. So very lightly press it into my skin. So for a softer look, I don't like to use harsh bronzers or anything. So either I use just a bronzer to just sort of add shadow on my, depending on my mood, either I'm going to go with a brown shade in this contouring palette and then add blush on top, or I like to go for a bronzer that already has shades of pink in it, like this one. This adds a perfect bronzer and adds a bit of blush on your color on your skin as well. This is the Makeup Academy's Mosaic bronzer in Sunkissed Glow. It's a very beautiful warm brown with a touch of pink in it, like a touch of mauve in it. So what I like to do is on an angled brush, like a brush like this, I just like to swirl it around a little, tap off the extra, and just gonna add some shadows. So for my brows, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna be using either a bronzer. You can use a bronzer, or I'm gonna be using a darker brown, and I'm gonna be using a mixture of these two shades right here. My brows are already pretty thick, so I don't need much filling, but I do need a little bit because I did powder my brows, so it did lose some color. Okay, for my eyes, we'll smudge my eyeliner a little. So for that, I like to use Kajal type of thing, something soft that's easily blendable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of this Kajal. This is the Maybelline's Colossal Kajal. Just a little, and line my lash. Once that's done, then I just take my finger and I just smudge that line a little. Once I've smudged that out, then I'm going to apply mascara. So I'm going to be using Maybelline's Lashsensational. Does it ever happen to you guys that your one eye has the perfect mascara on and it's all nice and feathery, and the other eye is just like the lashes, they just don't separate nicely? I am going to add some glow to my face. Okay, taking the Wet n Wild highlighter in I'll Have a Cosmo. It's a very nice icy pink, like a cool highlighter. So I'm just going with a slight, just a slight dewy sort of highlight, you know? I always feel like I always go overboard with highlighter. Like I always feel like I go overboard with highlighters every single time I go and apply. Now you just pair it up with a soft lip color, the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm, and I'm going to be mixing it with Milani's in the shade Pretty Natural. I love these lip shades. They're of great quality. I feel like I have lipstick on my teeth. And it feels very natural, and do let me know down below what other videos you want me to make for you all. I would be more than happy to. If you guys like my videos, do not forget to hit the like button, and if you guys like me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye!